Here we go. We're about to get started here in just a bit. We got about 5 minutes left here in the warm-ups as we get things started. Tonight, the Cavemen take on the Clovis Wildcats. Clovis has to travel, 3 hours to get here each time?
Pretty close, yeah.
And that is a absolutely brutal drive from Clovis to Carlsbad. More from Carlsbad to Clovis, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But regardless, tonight we got a 12-8 Cavemen team against a 13-6. Am I wrong? Is it supposed to be more?
No.
Against a 13-6 Clovis Wildcats. Clovis is 4-4 on the road. We are 3-4 at home this year. So it's going to be a pretty close matchup according to the records. Notable wins this year for the Cavemen, Las Cruces and Mayfield. Clovis has beaten Rio Rancho, El Dorado, and Las Cruces this year. So comparable on the Las Cruces wins, but Clovis played La Cueva close, beat them by 5, and they lost to Organ Mountain by 17. But I looked it up. Organ Mountain has like 1 loss on the year. They're very good. So it's really hard to indicate whether or not the Wildcats are going to be a huge challenge for the Cavemen, if it's going to be a close game, or, who has the advantage here. It doesn't seem like either team does.
Yeah, I know when you go on the road, it's a little bit tougher because, like you said, you got to get out of the bus and, you're on the road for a while and stuff. But
yeah,
I think once you get your legs stretched out and stuff, and, I guess we'll find out which team is better. I feel like Carlsbad has to win the home game if they want to have a chance in district because it's a lot tougher on the road.
For sure. No, absolutely. And in the game before this, it was the JV game, and they won by, I think, 4 points. Towards the end of the game, it was I think it was a pretty decent deficit. It was like a 9-point lead by the JV squad, and then they kind of let them back in. So hard to look at the JV and go, well, the talent is lopsided. It looks pretty even there too. So really hard to indicate. But Marvin Cox is the player to look for tonight. If nobody else, that is the guy. He's a senior at 6'7". He sits at 15.1 points per game, 8.5 rebounds per game, 3+ blocks per game. You can see him out there if you guys are seeing it on the court, warming up. I believe he's got like the purplish red shoes out there.
Yeah,
tall,
I'm thinking it's this one. Yeah,
lengthy.
He was dunking
athletic.
on a lot of them. I didn't think he was 6'7". I thought he was like 6'4", 6'5", but I guess it's harder to judge it from up here.
Yeah, well, and this Clovis team's very big.
A lot of height, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the sheet, the roster, they've got a 6'4", 6'4", 6'2", 6'7", 6'4", 6'2". I mean,
even this guy that's hurt, look, that's got a broken hand or whatever, he's like 6'4" probably.
Yeah. I mean, even the refs are tall today. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, we're going to be right back here in just a bit. We got about a minute 45 remaining before we get to the national anthem and introductions. We're going to let you guys know both of the rosters and what to expect for tonight's game. Ruben, we're going to be right back, but tonight is sponsored by Carlsbad Medical Center, brought to you by Red Rocket Media, and broadcasted by All Sports Best. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the broadcast, live and brought to you by the Carlsbad Medical Center. Did you know that cancer treatment is available right here in Carlsbad? Carlsbad Medical Center's Radiation Oncology Center is currently the only center in southeastern New Mexico to offer stereotactic body radiation therapy, or SBRT. So keep that in mind, Carlsbad Medical Center, and a big thanks to them for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Ruben Zumbrun has 302 wins at the moment. He's looking for win number 303, right? Isn't that right?
Yes.
So with tonight's game, I think it's going to be a challenge like unlike we've seen with any of the other wins that we've had so far. You know what I mean? So if they are going to pull this win out, they're going to have to do it with a lot of grit. This is going to have to be a physical game. They're a lot taller in terms of, average height. You can see it out there. And we're going to just have to see what this team is really made of in terms of, are we going to be able to stay calm and collected under pressure and do the little things that we like to do, like take charges, like make, jump shots that are not three-point shots, and just get shots taken.
I feel like we're going to have to be efficient on the offense, taking good shots, because I don't think we're going to get many rebounds. You know what I mean? With the 6'7", 6'4" guys that they have, if they have 2 or 3 of those big guys in the game and they do blocking out like they're supposed to, we may get one shot at it, so we better be making smart shots.
100%. I mean, one of the things as a coach, you look at a game like this and you see a height disadvantage, you're going to try your absolute very best to put somebody else, as much as it doesn't sound like the game plan you want, but it's got to be, you're going for foul trouble. Can I get their best player to make mistakes, take advantage of it, and capitalize in the meantime? It's not about him fouling out. It's not about baiting him into fouls. It's about he's got to be a little bit more weary of trying to get a block.
Yeah, be more aware of, like, I can't be too aggressive because I've got 3 fouls now, and so it's going to take him a little bit out of his game and stuff. But yeah, no, I think the biggest thing is our defense. Our defense I feel like is our bread and butter. If we can play good pressure defense and limit them to, shots and block out, then maybe we can stay with them. Because I know just by looking at them, they look like they're going to be pretty tough.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, folks, tonight's game, we have the Cavemen taking on the Clovis Wildcats. We appreciate you for tuning in, whether it's during the game right now live or after the fact coming back and watching. We have the Carlsbad Cavemen with 0, Tanner Cornum. Number 2, Kieran Orgain. Number 3, Zenas Huerta. Number 5, Ashton Armendariz. Number 10, Josiah Galindo. Number 11, Jacob Chavarria. Number 13, Samuel G. Number 15, Xavier Ansures. Number 20, Dryden Priest. 22, Shane Sullivan. 24, Jorge Herrera. Number 31, Ian Sandoval. Number 32, Bryce Mullins. Number 33, Jonathan Antiveros. 34, Brandon Sullivan. And 53, Garen Gossett, making it back off of his sick game the other day. Now he's back in the lineup. That's a big help for the Cavemen, especially with size. Clovis at number 2, Khalil Torres Pierre. Number 3, Zay Davis. 4, Keelan Parker. Number 10, Max Roche. Number 11, Manuel Gutierrez. Number 12, Champ Gooden. Number 14, Santi Quintana. Number 20, JJ Seiss. 22, Marvin Cox. Number 24, Kobe Chavez. Number 25, Johnny Molina. 30, Jaden Cox. And number 33, JJ Jones, coached by head coach Joshua Maddox. So the starters for tonight's game for Clovis, it looks like it's going to be number 10, Max Roche. Number 11, Manuel Gutierrez. Number 20, JJ Seiss. Number 25, Johnny Molina. And number 12, Champ Gooden. So interesting there because, like I said before, Marvin Cox leads in all categories. He's number 22. It doesn't look like he's out on the court right now. I don't know what that means. Is it maybe serving a suspension, maybe nursing an injury? Why would you not have your number one guy out on the court right now?
They're trying to save the ace in the hole, maybe? I don't know. Maybe he's tired and from the bus trip, he doesn't want to play all 4 quarters.
His warm-ups were way too hard. All right, guys, here we go. Getting it underway. Clovis wins the tip-off, so the possession arrow will go in favor of the Cavemen.
Well, Max Roach does not look that tall. He's 6'4", but, man, he can jump out of the gym. He beat him easily, and he was two-hand dunking it earlier. All
right, so Carlsbad coming out in their 2-3 zone, trying to be aggressive early on defense, and right there it worked out. Good defense by Garen Gossett and fronting his guy, Jacob Chavarria, to get the turnover there, thrown out of bounds. Cavemen are going to have the ball here and an opportunity to get the first score of the game. Starters for the Cavemen, Kieran Orgain, Jacob Chavarria, Sam G, Shane Sullivan, and Garen Gossett. All right, so here's Orgain up at the top, getting it over to G, back to Gossett, and he's going to feed it down to Sullivan. He goes up. Nice backboard use, and the first 2 points belong to Shane Sullivan, the sophomore, listed at 6'3". So there's our height right there, him and Gossett at 6'5". And a good defensive front by the Cavemen as they almost forced a turnover. A good job by Sam G, but it's going to stay under the basket for Clovis. They get the ball in and a lay-in as he cut to the basket, number 12, Champ Gooden. And Jacob Chavarria to bring it down for the Cavemen. Talked to Jacob Chavarria at Albertsons earlier this week. He said that he believes that they have a good chance against Clovis. They're going to be working hard for it. So good play there by G. Just bounces out. 6 minutes, 42 seconds on the clock. And Gossett with some good defense, fronting his guy. But number 10, Max Roche, gets it to go. Yeah, that was a pretty solid spin move using the backboard there. Underrated is the backboard usage nowadays.
Yeah.
It's not the cool thing to do, but when you know how to use it, Tim Duncan made a career out of it.
The fundamentalist.
Absolutely. Here's Garen Gossett, 3-point. It looks good, and
nice.
It is. 3 points for Garen Gossett. The first 3 of the game belongs to the Cavemen, thanks to the big senior. Taking a nice shot there. All right, Clovis going to work through their center right there. Roche again, same move.
Made it look really
good
easy.
Defense by Gossett, but, you know, you can't, without fouling him right there, it's really hard to stop that or getting a clean block, but you're going to have to jump a little extra high for it. So Sam G with the 3. This one just a bit long, and it bounces out. 5 minutes, 35 seconds on the clock. Clovis to bring it down. That's Manuel Guterres. He runs into some trouble. Good defense by the Cavemen. They leave him open. The jump shot goes a little bit behind the backboard. So that was a skill shot, Kobe shot. Yes, Manuel Guterres with the 2. So 8-5, Clovis leads now. Here's Jacob Chavarria, and he's going to get the lucked out there on the push call, but could have gone either way. If he would have called a walk there, we would have probably been like, okay, could have been.
Here comes the big guy.
All right, so now they're bringing in Marvin Cox. That's the only thing to me that makes sense. Coach is like, look, you're not going to get your start if you don't have this, these amount of grades, or you're not going to get your start if you show up late to practice, something like that, because why else would you not start your guy?
I heard he was picking on a JV player on the bus on the way over here.
Okay, why would you even say that? Here we go.
Just kidding.
Here's Orgain, a nice move to the basket. He won't get the shooting foul because he was going to pass it, unfortunately, but the Cavemen will have the ball under the basket. Under their own basket, that is. So working to get open, they get it up to Shane Sullivan and over to Chavarria with just under 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Chavarria's got some space. They're going to let him shoot. I haven't seen Chavarria take a three-point shot in some time, if at all. Have we seen that? Good job by
Sullivan, but they took it away from him.
Here's Guterres. He passes it up. The fast break, nice finish.
Who was
Good
that?
adjustment by number 25, Johnny Molina. And that's going to be a timeout for the Cavemen. 4 minutes, 32 seconds here in the first quarter. Cavemen, both teams coming out looking pretty good on both sides of the ball. Obviously aggressive defensively, but offensively, both teams seem to be threatening each other. Clovis with a nice fast break. The pass down low was a bit deep, and he adjusted there. But so far what we've seen is some good things out of Max Roche working him down in the paint. So they've got options.
I feel like, yeah, everything around the basket they're really comfortable with, because even that shot right there, he was almost past the goal, and he just kind of put it up there real soft touch and got it to go. So they know their way around the rim for sure.
4 minutes, 32 seconds as we get things started here. Sullivan trying to find a player to pass it into. Orgain turns it over. Kind of a panic toss there as Clovis is able to grab the ball and get the foul.
Well, they got a lot of
foul is going to go up against Jacob Chavarria for his first of the night.
I feel like they have a lot of length, so it's easy on the press, you know what I mean, where you just have hands on everything. Like they got Kieran in the corner. He just kind of threw it because he didn't have anywhere to go with it.
All right, here's the first free throw, and this one no good. Shooting the free throws is Johnny Molina. He's got 2 points on the night. He actually just scored the last score for the Wildcats. Here comes the second free throw. This one no good either. Kieran Orgain with the rebound. And Chavarria brings it down. They're going to double team him. Orgain had all day, all kinds of space at the three-point line. But, you know, some players don't feel comfortable with that, especially when you just brought the ball down. You want to take some time.
They want to run the offense a little bit.
Yes, sir. Clovis brings the ball down. Gutierrez gets it over to Molina. Back to Gutierrez. Looks like he was going to shoot. Thought about it. Trying to find somebody down in the paint. And Cox thought about the jump shot as well. And Gutierrez, a good facilitator, gets it down to number 12, Champ Gooden, for his fourth point of the night. 12-5, Clovis leads, and they play a fast-paced, offensive-minded game. Here's G, gets it over to Chavarria, and they're giving Chavarria quite a bit of space at the three-point line. Here's Sullivan. He's working hard down in the paint. Good job by Sullivan to get his second basket under the basket. And he's got 4 points. Garen Gossett has a three-point shot. And that's it for the Cavemen so far, but there's a travel call. The Cavemen are going to really have to lock it down defensively to have some success tonight. They've done a really good job defensively. You've noticed Clovis is just making really good shots, but second chances will be the death of this Caveman squad tonight if they give them up too much.
That's for sure.
And Chavarria's got the ball to bring down. Sees a little bit of a lane. There's Ontiveros. Josiah Galindo thought about the three-point shot, gets it over to Sullivan. Sullivan over to Ontiveros. Gets it to Chavarria. Drives baseline. Had it, didn't take it. There's Ontiveros, the three-point shot, air ball. Galindo gets the rebound. Offensive, we get a second chance. Sam G with it. Sam G's going to look to get a shot. There's a jump shot just within the three-point line.
Nice
doesn't go. Another offensive rebound. Sullivan's working hard down there. Galindo out to G. G drives. The jumper. Nice. Good. And that's Sam G's first made basket of the night. And the Cavemen close in within 3. Clovis running into a little bit of trouble. Good defense for the Cavemen. And here's G, gets the loose ball. Gets it over to Chavarria. He goes up, gets fouled and one. He's going to get to the line for a three-point opportunity and a chance to tie things up right here in the first quarter. Cavemen playing well. Subs came in aggressive.
Yeah, that was impressive, too, because he shot it up with his right hand, and he's a left-handed guy, and it just looked like that was how he normally shot it. So that was pretty good.
It is. It's so much harder than it looks for at least to normal people like myself.
Well, especially
trying
at
to play
fast pace. You know what I mean? They're coming on you, and you're just throwing it up quick. You got to have really good touch. So he makes the free throw, ties it up at 12.
So those were his first points of the night, and they come up big as Carlsbad ties things up here in the first quarter. Defense has been key tonight for the Cavemen, and it's actually been the change of pace. Offensive rebounds have been huge for the Cavemen as well. There's Roche goes up. He almost looked like he could have been called for a foul. Second time he did. And he's going to get to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, I feel like the other guy, the one that you said that was Marvin Cox, like he's more of an outside guy. You know what I mean? This is their post guy.
Okay.
He was just out a while ago when he came in.
Here's a first free throw. That one doesn't go. So the score remains at 12-12. And a pretty good turnout tonight for the Cavemen student section. They had a deal going on at the school. The second free throw doesn't go. He gets his own rebound, goes up, does not go. Clovis with another rebound. So many chances. Molina gets the third time to go. Orgain over to G. G's got to get it past the line. There he does. Sullivan's got it. Gets it over to Orgain. Orgain had space. Gets to the basket and can't get it to finish. Just at about 1 minute to go. Clovis with a dime from Guiteres down to Johnny Molina. And Molina knows how to finish at the basket no matter what. Orgain looked like he could have traveled there. And Roche steals it and goes up for it and finishes. Looked like he was going to go for the dunk. We saw it in pregame.
He lost it in the air, but he still.
And Carlsbad panicking. It's going to be Carlsbad ball. They kind of lucked out there, but a lot of panicky passes as the length of Clovis has shown some nerves for the Cavemen.
Well, they brought Chavarria back in. I think he's their main ball handler, so I think you definitely need him on the floor during the press.
Yes, absolutely. Here's Josiah Galindo. Gets it over to Sam G. He's got room. 3-point shot. That one no good. Clovis comes down with it. Cox gets the rebound. Gets it over to Roche. 20 seconds on the clock. Clovis leads 18-12. Couple of new players came into this game just a second ago, subbed in, but that was number 20 starter J.J. Cox with his first basket of the night. Here's Sam G. 4 seconds on the clock. 3. G's got no time left. And the Cavemen are going to finish out the quarter down 8 points.
Yeah, and it was just 12-12. It just happened so quick. Probably with, a minute left, maybe, a minute and a half. They scored 8 points?
Yeah, they just started making turnovers, and it kind of got a little bit sloppier on the Caveman side, but more than anything, Clovis was just extremely aggressive defensively, and it really did pay off. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Carlsbad Medical Center. They're proud to be your community hospital for 47 years and proudly support the Cavemen and Cave Girls here in Carlsbad. Ruben, today they made it very clear for students that for the entirety of district, boys and girls, if you go from, I think it was from noon until 4:30 to the athletic office, you could get a ticket to the game for just $1. Which is a steal because if you come to the game at game time, it's $5. So you're saving $4. You know, if I was a little student entrepreneur, I'd go buy 5 tickets and sell them for $2 a piece.
You think they let you buy as many as you want?
That's a good point. You probably only get one per person that comes, but
I saw a guy scalping them in the parking lot for $2.
Hey, why not? Why not? But yeah, that was the deal, and I thought that was a really cool move by CHS just to get kids here. I don't know how many students took them up on that, but regardless, not a bad turnout tonight in general just in that section.
Maybe you could.
Overall, we need a lot more fans here, though. I will say that.
For sure.
G gets it over to Chavarria. Chavarria from the corner decides to drive. Waits a little bit too long and gets it stolen, and
then he makes
this reach-in goes against Jacob Chavarria on Jaden Cox. 7 minutes, 42 seconds as we just started the second quarter. We got a couple of players that hadn't been in much of the first, and number 4 just handling the ball there, Parker, as he gets it over to number 30, Jaden Cox. 2 players that did not start tonight's game, and it looks like they don't skip a beat when they go to the bench.
And that might be Marvin's brother. He's a junior.
Could be. There is Orgain. He gets the floater to drop. 23-14. And it looked like Jaden Cox wanted the alley-oop there. He jumped high, looking like he was ready to get the pass right there.
Yes, he did.
But number 22, Marvin Cox, goes up with it, gets fouled, and he's going to get to the line to shoot 2. This one going against number 22, Shane Sullivan.
For his second foul.
All right, so here is Marvin Cox.
It's his first basket, or first made free throw.
Marvin Cox is the tallest player on the squad, listed at 6'7", a senior, and a leader in just about every major offensive category, according to Max Preps. There's Sullivan, and Sullivan, I gotta say, has been doing nothing but work hard tonight. So
yeah, for sure.
Big shout out to Shane Sullivan. And that one,
oh, that's a tough one.
Sailed over Sam G's head, and the Cavemen kind of struggling a bit from time to time with turnovers. 6 minutes, 50 seconds. Clovis kind of passing the ball around, trying to get a feel for what is open. They have not been shy about driving and dishing it to the next guy. Right there, it looked like every Caveman was right in the middle and everybody else was wide open. Didn't it feel that way?
Yeah, it did. That was unusual. He shot it, hit the rim, and then it like rolled up and over the backboard.
Yeah, you won't see that happen twice in a game. There's Chavarria. Sullivan gets it, tries to get it to G, but it was right to the side of a Clovis defender. G passes it up to Chavarria. Chavarria, 1 against 5. He's going to slow it down. Good call. 6 minutes, 8 seconds. Chavarria over to G. G back to Orgain. Orgain sees a lane. Passes it to Gossett. He gets blocked. And this one is going to get saved by Parker. Drives to the basket and finishes. A good play by Parker. Keelan Parker, the senior, listed at 5'10". The Clovis Wildcats have 6 seniors on their squad. They're all making an impact tonight. There's a jump shot by Chavarria. Gossett batted it around, and it was ultimately swatted away. Almost had the offensive rebound. 5 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock. There's Cox, gets it out to Parker. Goes to drive, gets batted by Chavarria. The fast break by Chavarria has got to finish, and he does. And that's one thing I got to say I really appreciate on a fast break. You just make sure it goes down. You're not worried about a dunk. You're not worried about the fancy finger roll. You just get it to go however you get it to go. There's Parker overshoots it there. G gets it up to Chavarria. Chavarria out to Sullivan, a three-point shot. This one just a bit too deep. Gets it to Orgain. Orgain drives baseline. Gets it over to Chavarria. The three-point lefty does not go. Parker with the rebound. Shortest guy on the court. He's been hustling too. And can't get it to finish. Good job by Sullivan, and it's a tie ball. Good call there. It looked like one of the referees wanted to call a foul there, so I'm glad that it went to the correct referee on that one.
For sure, because that would have been the third one for Shane.
Yeah, and you cannot afford that in a game like this. for the Cavemen. He's been too instrumental tonight so far. 4 minutes, 37 seconds. Cavemen down 26-16. 10-point lead for Clovis. And moving it around here, Gutierrez just drops it in the lane. Orgain's got it. He's got to attack his guy. He does.
Nice
Good
play.
job by Orgain. You got to do it. And he's going to get to the line to shoot, too. And kind of what we talked about right before the game. You just want to see guys attacking the basket. I've seen it too much tonight, and I think one of the weaknesses I want to point out from the Cavemen offensively is they look great driving to the basket, but they never go up. They always drive and kick it. Drive, pass across, skip it to the next guy. We've got to go up. Don't expect to finish every time, but maybe getting to the line at the very least.
Well, and Kieran did good in that one because he went in with the body and then the ball, so he wasn't going to get it swatted because the guy would have had to really have long arms to be able to block that.
Absolutely. 4 minutes, 15 seconds. And Orgain helps cut down the lead to 8. And here's Parker. He's in a bit of trouble. Nope, gets it down, and a good job by Ontiveros to get a hand on the ball, but they're going to call this one a foul.
Yeah, I don't know about that foul. I feel like he put his hands on the ball, and it's kind of a tough.
Ontiveros.
They called it on Gossett.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I was going to say Ontiveros is pretty dang tall. He's listed at 6'3", but he looks taller.
Yeah, he does.
And they're going to call this one. Oh. Ooh, the rare carry call. I mean, how many times have we seen that this year? Maybe 0 before 4 minutes and 3 seconds in the second quarter today?
1, including tonight.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here's Orgain with the ball. Clovis doing kind of a laid-back press.
Well,
here's
get across.
Sam G gets it past half court. And you want to see a senior, maybe Sam or Guerin, try and really push this team to let's take some shots, let's get to the rim. Nice job by Orgain there, but just cannot get it to go. Overshot it, but you can't be mad on a drive like that. You're doing exactly what we talked about. You go up, you take the shot, expect the contact, and see what comes out of it. I'll take that all day as a coach.
For sure.
3 minutes, 37 seconds. 26-18, Clovis leads. Gutierrez to bring it down. Zumbrin's in the referee's ear.
I know, it's like he grabbed him by the shoulder, and I thought, you can get a technical for that.
Yeah, absolutely you can. I think it's all about relationships with the referees, too. If you know the guy, you kind of there's a respect there. You can do stuff like that, but you still shouldn't.
No.
Like you get nervous as a fan watching that. And Gossett came straight down on number 25, Johnny Molina. So I believe that's the 5th foul. He might go to the line to shoot 5. Dang, that'd be a killer, huh?
Well, that's one thing. They've only made 1 free throw out of 2, 4, 6 free throws. 1 out of 6 so far. So that's probably a good thing for us. Oh, they're not bringing. That's the 5th foul. They should be shooting.
Yep, and it looks like the players are letting the referees know. They're like, hey, we're not going to start this up. Going to get to the line.
I'm not moving from here.
Yeah, and a good call there, good awareness. And I think that the score table would have had to hit the buzzer and redirect him if something else happened. And the first free throw goes down for Molina. Molina's had himself a pretty decent game so far, 7 points on the night until now. And here's Molina with his second free throw, and this one goes down. 3 minutes, 13 seconds. Clovis feels like an endless supply of length. When they sub somebody out, they got somebody else that's just as tall or as long or whatever. Here's Sullivan. Gets it over to Galindo. Galindo's going to have to get it past pretty soon. He does.
It always makes me nervous when they take 8.5 to 10 seconds to get it across.
Exactly. There's Sullivan. Gets it to G. G, the three-pointer. Bounces around. Does not go. Sullivan wanted that offensive rebound. Doesn't get it. Gutierrez has been a rock-solid point guard tonight for Clovis. I don't know if he's come out, but he finds the open man every time. There's Sam G bringing it down. Ooh, almost got, yes.
It was.
It looked like it. Here's Galindo.
So far, I haven't been impressed with Marvin Cox. I haven't seen him really do that much.
Right. I mean, it might be a sneaky 15 at the end of the night. We'll see. But there's Sam G getting to the basket, and a great job by him. It's going to be a shooting foul. No, it's not. It's going to be on the ground. It's going to be under their own basket. So Clovis with their second foul of the quarter. There's Josiah Galindo. He's going to drive towards the basket.
Ooh, he pushed off.
You'd like to see him go up with it. And that one, I don't think that was a double dribble. He lost the ball, kind of pushed it to get it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't see it as a double dribble.
I thought he passed it off before he did anything.
And it looks like the scoreboard just went out. And I think the power went out. There's a plug down there on the ground, and it looks like somebody kicked it around. So now they're going to unplug it and plug it back in. This one's going to delay the game just a bit. In basketball, a breather's not bad, but if it's longer than a few minutes, I think it really slows down the excitement of the game. But here,
well, the good thing, it all comes back the same as it was.
If it would have been all zeros, it would have been a problem. All right, so here's Gutierrez after the quick commercial timeout, right?
Yeah.
And Clovis still kind of seemingly having trouble with the Caveman defense, but then they just kind of, you turn around and they got another 2 points.
Right.
And just like that right there, I mean, what more could you do as the Cavemen were really all over that pass, and still it was like sticky hands, got it done,
and they got
and
so much
finished.
Length, it's hard to stop them.
That was Champ Gooden for Clovis. A minute 32, here's Chavarria. He bounces this one out to Orgain. Orgain guarded closely. Gets it out to G. G, the three-pointer. This one, no good. Good rebound by Gossett. Overshoots the putback. And Clovis is going to have this one. So the putback right there wide open. Gossett just overshot it. I think, once again, you kind of point back to the length of this Clovis team as number 12, Champ Gooden, puts it in with the and one. But you kind of point back to the length. As soon as you get the ball, you feel like you have to put it up quickly or you're going to get blocked or something's going to happen. So you just kind of have to move with a lot of urgency, and I think that's kind of what made Gossett get off of his game right there.
Yeah, anytime you're rushed and it's out of your comfort zone, it's a little bit tougher.
Yeah, it is. All right, tonight's broadcast brought to you by Carlsbad Medical Center. Gossett with the rebound there. We want to thank them for their support of the Cavemen and Cave Girls. Here's G. Nice spin move. Gets it out to Chavarria. Chavarria's got some space. He could take it if he wanted it. Drives baseline, gets it out to Sandoval. Over to Orgain. The three-pointer goes in and out. G with the spin. And doesn't get it to, they're going to call this one a double dribble.
Called a walk.
Oh, a walk, is that what they did?
Yeah, that's I didn't see that either.
I thought I saw him doing the double dribble call, but he did the spinny, the little spinny move. All right, 37 seconds remain here in the second quarter.
Then he goes and gives them an example to Sam G.
Parker brings it down, so it looks like Gutierrez is out when Parker's in.
That's off.
And G almost comes up with the rebound. Nice look by Sandoval. And Chavarria gets blocked on the fast break. G, being aggressive there, gets the ball loose. Clovis regains possession, 6 seconds. 5, Roche doesn't finish at the basket. Gossett tries to get it, loose ball, no time left, and it does not go. So 32-18, Cavemen down by, 14 points.
Yep.
And that's a tough way to go into the locker room here tonight. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you with audio and video by Red Rocket Video. broadcasted by All Sports Best. If you guys haven't yet, we'd love it if you supported right on YouTube. Just gave us a just hit that subscribe button. It's free to do, and you can support local. We'd appreciate it. All right, Ruben, the dance team won a couple of competitions at state this past weekend in Las Cruces. They won first place in 2 different categories, so a big shout out to the dance team. This is the cheerleading squad. I believe the dance team will come on shortly after, so we're going to give them some time to do that. We're going to be right back here in just a bit. I got a freshman basketball player going to give his insight on what's to come soon for the Cavemen. I'm excited to hear what he has to say. We'll be right back, folks, here in just a bit. All right, folks, we are here at the halftime. Cheerleaders doing their thing here in between quarters. The Cavemen are down 32-18. I've got J.D. McCormack, a freshman basketball player, here with me tonight. J.D., how you doing?
Good.
What have you seen tonight that you think the Cavemen can improve on in the second half?
They're getting killed in the post. They need a pinch on defense and put a body on somebody to get a rebound.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, what I've seen tonight, too, is Clovis has exceptional length. We haven't seen this kind of height here in Carlsbad this year so far, at least from the games that we've seen. JD, tell me about what's going on in your season. You guys had playoffs starting on Monday, right? So tell me a little bit about that and what's to be expected.
Yeah, we got our first playoff game on Monday against Lovington over there. We're hoping to win, and then if we win, we're going to take on Clovis. They're undefeated, so we got to play hard.
So you guys have played both teams so far?
Yeah.
And how'd you guys fare against both of those teams?
Against Lovington, the first time we lost by 5. Second time I think we lost by like 12. But we just we've been improving in practice, working hard, so I think we got it.
Who are some of the names that we should expect to see coming up next year for the varsity squad to fill in some spots of some seniors that are going to leave a couple of holes in the starting roster?
I would say like Zenas and Mario probably would get moved up because Gossett's going to be gone and Sam G. Okay,
so and that's a freshman, right? A freshman and a sophomore? Is that what that is? Okay, so they'll be moving up. Next year we'll have a fairly young team. What about your freshman squad? Who are some of the notable players that we should be on the lookout for in the coming years?
I would say like Miles or Russell, me and Sanika.
All right, cool. Very good. All right, well, we're going to be back here in just a bit. J.D. McCormack, ladies and gentlemen, of the freshman basketball team. Appreciate you being on.
Thank you.
folks, you just saw some cheerleading, some dance. The dance team, very impressive dance team, by the way, because they went to New Mexico State University and won the Spirit Championship. From my understanding, it's a tournament over at New Mexico State in Las Cruces, and they won first place in the Spirit Championship and got a first place technique award out of 10 teams. So very impressive. Got to give a big shout out to what they do. I had an opportunity to be a dance partner in high school, and as far as the guys go, it's kind of like it's fun. You learn some stuff, but you don't really take it seriously. But I remember when I was there, all throughout my years and still to today, the girls take it very seriously, and they have a lot of hard work to do. As a guy, it's like, they don't expect us to be very good because that's not what we do. But when it comes to the girls, I mean, they talk about it. You'll see them in class, like kind of doing like semi-dance moves to remember their steps, like in order. It's crazy the amount of time and effort and memorization that it takes.
Well, I've seen some of the competitions, like you see them on ESPN, like the colleges.
Bring it on.
Oh my gosh, some of the things that they do with like 60 girls, you know what I mean? And you're like, how do they do that?
It's all
That's
in
a lot
sync.
of work, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have a piece out of order in one of those, but yeah, I mean, they did a good job. It looks like, I think there's probably about 15 girls involved in the Spirit team, and I think they do a really good job. It's funny because, like, when I was here, it was cheerleaders that performed at the games, and then the dancers would come off the sideline or whatever, but it's like this year, I think the Spirit team was also on the sideline for football games. We had cheerleaders and then also the dance team and JV. So it was like extra cheering and loudness and spirit. So that was pretty cool.
My favorite movie of that sort is that Stomp the Yard. Remember Stomp the Yard?
Stomp the Yard had nothing to do with cheerleaders, though.
Yeah, I know. It was more like, what was it called?
It was like stomping, I think is what it's called. Like fraternities do it in colleges, stomping. And
yeah, no, I thought it was called something else though. But
you're thinking of Step Up, maybe?
No, Stomp the Yard.
Oh, okay.
Is the name of the movie, but I thought it was called something else. Okay, here we go.
Yep, it's called Stomping, I think. But I could be wrong. Y'all let us know as we get started here in the second half. Chavarria looks like he wants to get it down to Sullivan, and Sam G's trying to get posted up down in the paint. But once again, it's hard to get a ball in there without Clovis, getting a hand on it. There's G, a nice move by him, and a finish at the rim down in the paint. First points of the half belong to Sam G. So Gutierrez back at the point for Clovis. And here's a nice steal by Orgain. He's got to finish it. The right hand, and he does. So back-to-back field goals back-to-back baskets for the Cavemen. 7 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Within a minute, the Cavemen scored 4 points. That is a pretty good, solid start to the second half that you want to see if you're Coach Zumbrun. And a good job by the Cavemen, and another rebound there. Tapped out by Gossett. Snagged up by Chavarria. Here he goes. Gets it over to Sullivan. The three-point shot. This one bounces out. And a good job by Gossett. Oh, and he pushes this ball down off of the Clovis player. I think it was number 11, Manuel Gutierrez, but they gave it to the Clovis anyway. So that was probably a pretty hard vantage point for them to see that at their angle, but you hate to see a ball that belongs.
Miss one of those.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so here's Gooden. He gets it down to Roche, and a good job by G to get down there. Looks like Gossett got pushed out of the way.
He either got pushed out of the way or he didn't, but he slid across the floor.
Yeah, he did. Gutierrez to throw it in for Clovis. Cavemen trying to smother him up. And they get it in. 6 minutes, 15 seconds. Clovis trying to find a lane. The jump shot is good for number 20, J.J. Seiss. And 34-22, Clovis leads by 12. And Cavemen showing that they can definitely score here in the second half, but they're going to have to do it at a better pace than they did in the first half. And Sam G gets the bad break there as it doesn't go. And Sullivan tried to take the charge, but a Euro step kind of
just went around him.
He did. Champ Gooden gets to the basket.
He's got
untouched.
10 points.
Here's Jacob Chavarria. Kieran Orgain. Nice drive there, and once again stopped and kicked it out. You want to see him finish. There's a three-point shot by Chavarria. This one hits the top of the pole on the backboard, and it's going to be Clovis ball. 5 minutes, 16 seconds.
So Marvin Cox finally comes back in the game. He only has 1 point. Maybe he's been sick or something that he hasn't been playing or something. You know what I mean? That's all I can think of for him to have a 17-point average.
All right, 5 minutes here on the clock. Gutierrez gets it to Cox. Cox, nice pass down to number 20, J.J. Seiss, and he gets it to go down and gets called to the line for an opportunity at a third point here. 38-22, sorry. As Josiah Galindo checks in for Shane Sullivan. And if that one went against Sullivan, that one hurts. It did. It was his fourth foul. So we might not see Sullivan again until the fourth quarter. I mean, that would be one of the consequences, of course, of being aggressive. He's been great tonight. He's been hustling tonight. Unfortunately, now in foul trouble. Here's Kieran Orgain bringing the ball down after the successful three-point finish by Clovis. Orgain gets it to Gossett. Gossett to G. And you want to see G get hot from the three-point line. He's taken plenty tonight. I think one has gone down, if that. And he has the ability to get hot and really turn things around, but it's got to start hopefully soon.
For sure.
All right, Sam G tosses it into Galindo. G over to Chavarria, 2-on-1 opportunities, got to finish it here. Could have been called for a travel on the slip. Luckily didn't. Orgain, three-point shot. This one bounces off the front of the rim. Carlsbad has not had any luck with the three-point tonight. I think there's been maybe 2 three-pointers made tonight. Gossett was one of them. I think he's like 1 for 1.
Yeah. Maybe we should just start feeding him the ball at the three-point line.
Exactly. If it ain't broke. 4 minutes, 10 seconds. 39-22. Clovis leads. Nice pass over the top by G. This is Galindo here, and they're going to call this one a foul. Could have been a carry call a few of those times. I think he got almost a full step on some of those dribbles. 4 minutes, 6 seconds. Orgain to Chavarria, back to Orgain. The three-point shot, this one off the front of the rim, and again, Carlsbad really.
A couple of them. Yeah, they're struggling at the line.
Yeah, it's a lot of. It's coming up dry from three. All right, 4 minutes remain here in the third quarter. Cavemen came out hot, scoring 4 right off the bat within like 45 seconds, and have since struggled. All right, here's Clovis. The jump shot goes. That was clean.
Yeah.
By number 30, Jaden Cox.
Yeah, they don't miss too many jump shots.
3 minutes and 30 seconds. It seems to me like tonight, the Cavemen haven't had as much trouble with the giving up offensive rebounds as we expected them to, but Clovis hasn't needed them as much as we expected them to either.
That's for sure.
3 minutes, 12 seconds. Carlsbad catches a break there as Clovis doesn't finish right at the basket. G with the ball here. Gets the screen from Goss at the three-pointer. Off the back of the rim. Nobody there to get the long rebound. So Gutierrez gets it easily for Clovis. And I think that's another thing the Cavemen can definitely focus in on. You got to follow your shot, you know what I mean? Get out there, block your guy out. As much as it seems like something that's not as cool, you might see a 5-point swing like that. Oh my, so the latest travel call of the year.
They call that a travel? Oh my God.
I feel like he grabbed it, spun, and finished. I was okay with that one. I didn't see that one as a travel. But regardless, it was such a late called travel. I think that's what's more annoying than anything. 2 minutes, 28 seconds. Cox, the turnaround, and that is not a walk right there, folks. Yeah, that is not. I don't think that was a travel at all.
They've called a few of those.
That was a clean.
It was a nice move.
You can see the length and the way that he's athletic enough to score at will. So I don't know how he's not scoring or at least attempting more scores tonight, because that just seems so easy. But, yeah, the travel call was interesting for sure. There's G, the jump step. Oh, the ball just rims out.
You got like a cap on the rim tonight. On
there's something. I think it is skinnier or smaller than regulation tonight.
It's got like saran wrap or something on top.
Yeah, something's going on. 2-minute warning here in the third quarter. And there's Cox again as he goes up. He gets fouled. He'll get to the line to shoot too. This past weekend, we saw one of the biggest weekends of sports when it came to the AFC and NFC championships. We saw the Chiefs take on the Ravens, and we saw the 49ers take on the Lions. Both teams I was rooting for did not win, but we see the Chiefs going into the Super Bowl again. I think it's like their fourth time in like 6 years.
Or 6 years, yeah, something like that.
And will they come out victorious? They're considered the underdog, like the most underdog there's ever been. But they're going to go up against the number 1 seeded 49ers. Do you think that the Chiefs come out of this with a third championship for Patrick Mahomes?
I actually am betting on the Chiefs. It's hard to bet against Mahomes because he's just so crafty and can do so many things, and they've got a great defense. So I think it's going to be a great game, and really that's all I want in the Super Bowl when I'm not for either team. But
Sam G with the ball here, a minute 40. 45-22, Cavemen trying to crawl their way back, down by 23 points. There's a long ways to go. All right, Orgain gets it over to Ontiveros, and Galindo gets the three-point shot to go. So Cavemen down by 20. But you almost say it's still the third quarter, but let's get some shots up. Three-pointers are fine. Just go. You know, down 20, you just got to kind of start getting something to go. But then when you get a payback three on the other side, it really hurts. Here's Chavarria with the floater. This one does not go off the front of the rim. Cox gets the rebound, gets it over to Parker. Parker moves it up to Roche. Roche seemed like a super threat at the beginning of the game. He's not been as active offensively. Nice finish by Orgain. That's probably my favorite play of the night right there so far.
Well, I think the Clovis guy did was my favorite play until they called it travel.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was nice.
That was a good move, too. But, of course, he's got so much length. He was at the basket from the free throw line almost.
Victor Wembanyama down there.
Yeah.
And there's Roche. He wanted to dunk it, decided not to.
They all jumped on from the bench thinking he was going to dunk it.
Yeah. All right, Cavemen down by 23. 3 seconds left. G puts up the shot. No foul. 2 fouls on that possession there. Neither was called. So G puts up the shot. Still almost went down. Went off the backboard, but Cavemen are going to be down by 23 going into the fourth quarter. Guys, tonight's game is brought to you by Carlsbad Medical Center. They are proudly sponsoring tonight's game to support the Cavemen and Cave Girls of CHS. They've been the community hospital for 47 years. So a big thanks to Carlsbad Medical Center. All right, Ruben. So we saw what went down in the third quarter. Clovis, it seemed like the Cavemen were like on a comeback trail right away. 4 points to none right off the bat. Doesn't seem like a lot, but in the fashion that they scored it and how quickly, it was like, okay, Cavemen know something we don't. And then Clovis kind of went on a tear for quite a while. It's now 50-27. What is the strategy for the most epic comeback that we'll see?
They got to start making shots. They keep missing. They've missed, how many you think, 10 threes? I mean, they've missed a lot of threes, and maybe you just go to the basket. But, of course, with the Clovis's length, it's not easy to go to the basket either, so it's kind of a catch-22 on that one. They're just going to start hitting some shots somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, that was the strategy we had to start the game. Attack the defense, try and draw fouls, and take open shots. And now it's just please take shots.
Oh, he's trying to dunk it.
Big dunk attempt there by number 30, Jaden Cox, and he cocked back big on that one too. That would have easily taken over his play of the game right there. There's Cox again. The three-point shot does not go. Chavarria to bring it down the other way. Chavarria's got a lane.
Nice.
Finishes it at the basket off the hesitation shot fake. A good job by Chavarria.
And the Cavemen call a timeout.
And I might have to snag some snacks up here. We've got somebody walking around with the snacks. Should we wave them down, getting them over here?
Yeah, I don't know if they'll come up here, but.
All right, so a timeout here as the Cavemen are going to try and close a little bit more. I mean, what can you say if you're Coach Zumbrun? I think all you can say is a point at a time. You can't do much more than that and see what happens. Realistically, you're not looking to get this win. You're looking to come out of here with a lesson learned, a better team than you were yesterday or at the beginning of the game, and that's really the strategy, I think, going forward.
Yeah, see if you can shut down their offensive threats, but it's tough because they can score inside, they can score outside, pretty much do it all.
100%. This week we have a new podcast coming out with Dylan Dominguez and Trey Scallions, scratch golfers here in Carlsbad. So if you want to hear about Carlsbad golf and just more about golf in general, some of the pet peeves of golfers and things like that, it's a fun listen. I had a lot of fun with it. You'll have to check it out later this week. There's Roche getting to the basket, and he gets his own rebound. Tries to dunk it, doesn't get it. Sullivan gets the rebound. And now Orgain's going to bring it down.
Yeah, I think it's easier to dunk it in pregame than it is during the fourth quarter when your legs are already tired. And
right. Yeah. There's Chavarria. Pass gets skipped up the court to Orgain. Everywhere. And Orgain has it, gets it out to Sullivan, the three-point shot. This one almost there. Looked like it was on the mark. Orgain couldn't get the offensive rebound. He tried. Roche was already there. 6 minutes, 24 seconds. Clovis. No need to rush here, but they are going to try and get some points. I don't know if points differentials really matter in the district for basketball. I know it matters in some sports. Basketball, I don't think, is one of them.
I think it only would if it's like head-to-head. Let's say, you know what I mean, like we're tied for second place in district.
All right, so Cave Girls won against Clovis tonight. That's a huge win for the Cave Girls, right?
Start up district, that's great.
It is, and Clovis is, I believe they said Clovis was like a top team in the state for girls. It was Hobbs is number 1. Clovis was like in the top 10, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. And then Roswell was comparable to Carlsbad.
Oh, okay. So yeah, in our district, I feel like you have to get second place.
Yeah.
Because Hobbs is, I mean, they're incredible. Yeah, I think they have all their starters back from last year.
Oh, you mean you're like fighting for second place? Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
That's what you're looking for. I think top 3 could get into the state tournament because when you have Hobbs in your district, it's like, hey, they had to go through this. If you can keep games close or even get a win. Last year, Carlsbad got a win against Hobbs in girls. One of the games they won, wasn't it last year or was it the year before?
2 years ago.
And that was like eye-opening.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a big, it's like your golden chip, you know what I mean? You take that and you go, hey, we beat Hobbs one time.
Yeah.
Who else did? Nobody?
So we're going to decide where we go at the state tournament.
Yeah, exactly. We were going to be seated above them. They didn't beat us.
I remember the one year maybe it was about 5 years ago, where Carlsbad was ranked 1 and Hobbs was 2, and they played here, and this place was completely full.
Wow.
With girls. It was like 19-0 against 18-1 or something like that.
How long ago was this?
Like 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Like so, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Who was on that squad? Was that the Boswell squad?
Yeah, Boswell,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to put together on the podcast, if you guys hadn't seen it, Coach Inlow and Coach Gonzalez got on the podcast. There's a second free throw. That one goes for Parker. Got on the podcast, which you guys can catch on YouTube, by the way, for All Sports Best. And Coach Inlow gave us his top 6 players that he's had here, whether he's watched them or coached them. And so it's definitely an interesting group. Some real good athletes in that squad, too. All right, Sam G gets it to go. Down in the paint, stops, gets the jump shot. 5 minutes, 40 seconds. 52-31. Clovis continues to try and pack it on here against the Cavemen. But Cavemen continuing to play hard defensively, and that's what you got to see. You're Coach Zumbrin. You're looking at who can I really rely on to go hard no matter what in any situation.
And who didn't give up.
Yep.
Fourth quarter down by 20 points. You're still going hard. That's what you need to do.
Yes.
Oh, they're getting closer.
All right, the snack bar, the portable snack bar making their way this way. All right. 5 minutes, 15 seconds.
You might have to wave them down.
21 points, 21-point differential. Here comes number 3, Zenas Huerta, and he gets it over to Sam G. G, the long two-pointer, and he gets it to go. They don't call it, so no foul there. We're going to try and see if they can come back a little bit closer. Good job by G, good play. There's Marvin Cox again. He does the kind of the hook shot there, and it does not go. 4 minutes, 41 seconds remain in the game. Shane Sullivan to throw it in. Zenas Huerta, he's got a guy to beat full court, and Huerta's got some handles. I mean, this kid, I feel like he could see more playing time with the handles we see here. We want to see him take some shots. Haven't seen that just yet, but a nice move there by Galindo. It doesn't go, but you like the shot taken there.
Oh, yeah, it went halfway down and came back up.
Yeah. Had a remote controlling that ball or something. Sullivan gets the rebound, Sam G. I'd say Sullivan has to have 12 rebounds. Yeah. He's had a good night on the boards for sure. 4 minutes. Here's Parker, guarded up top by Galindo. There's Cox with the jumper.
It's like he didn't even
no jump.
He just kind of
tippy-toed it up, right?
Yeah.
There's Galindo, and they're going to say this one was a foul. That was a stretch of a foul call, but Cavemen will take it for 3 minutes, 43 seconds.
The referee wanted a little break, maybe.
Yeah. Ran up and down a couple times like, okay.
Need a break in the action. Yeah, Huerta gave a good break for Chavarria.
3 minutes, 43 seconds. And Cavemen to pass it in. Orgain gets it to Gossett. Gossett three-point shot. That one just off the front of the rim. It looked good all the way. Just came up short. 3 minutes, 35 seconds. Gutierrez not guarded closely, so Clovis gonna take their time. Yeah. Orgain comes up with it. He gets to the basket, kind of flings it up there, doesn't go. G trying to grab it. It's bouncing around. It's gonna be a tie ball there. And the arrow pointing for Clovis, so the Wildcats will get it here. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Carlsbad Medical Center, your community hospital for 47 years. Proudly support the Cavemen and Cave Girls of CHS. All right, if you are interested in learning more about the services that they offer and some of the things that they can help with or treat, you can catch them on 2428 West Pierce Street. Or give them a call at 575-887-0272. CarlsbadMedicalCenter.com works as well. So with 3 minutes and 16 seconds, the Cavemen trying to get some points added to their stat line. I think tonight would be nice. Down by what? 29 points.
21.
Is that what it is?
19 points.
19 points. There you go. All right, so
putting a little pressure on him.
Gutierrez skips it up big time, breaks the press in just a couple of easy steps. Gutierrez gets it down to Marvin Cox in the dunk. That's the first dunk I've seen this year on either side.
Yeah.
That was successful.
So Marvin Cox has 3 points now. He's way below his average.
Yeah, I wonder what that's all about. Or maybe the stats maybe it was another guy. They just kept putting the stats into the wrong guy. I don't know.
Maybe we'll send
What's
Aaron
going
Jones
on?
to interview him after the game. I mean, Aaron Gonzalez. Maybe he'll get a sideline reporter.
2 minutes, 33 seconds. Gutierrez has had the ball in his hands, I'd say about 60% of the time for Clovis. Uses his time wisely, skips passes down low. He's been really good for this Clovis team. And they get it. Ooh, skips it down to the small guy down in the paint.
And what was he trying to do? Go around the back?
I think he was trying to windmill dunk it, but it just didn't. He didn't get off the ground enough there on that one.
He didn't get enough spin on the.
No. He needed an extra, gather step before he was going to do that. So here it is. Gutierrez at the line to shoot 2. So Zumbrun will be looking to earn that 303rd win in their next matchup, if at all possible.
They'll be going to Roswell on Friday, and the girls will play here on Friday against Roswell.
All right, so there you have it. That might be their next best shot, right? I think in men's basketball, I'm not sure who the top squads are. I think Clovis was one of them. I don't know if Hobbs is at the Hobbs type of level this year in men's. Are they?
I'm not sure. I think they're all pretty close. I think this is the team to beat, but it might be Hobbs. I'm not even sure. I knew Clovis was pretty good. Somebody told me, a referee, and they look pretty good.
All right, so there's Ontiveros. This one doesn't go. Try to put it up with the left hand. 1 minute, 50 seconds remaining. Clovis leads by 24, and they might just kneel this one out. Imagine you could kneel the clock out in basketball. I think that would kill so much excitement of the late rounds, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Here's Orgain bringing it down. He draws the foul on the drive down, or on the dribble down. 1 minute 32 remain as Cavemen are going to have the ball on the sideline. All right, so if you are listening and you have a chance to be at any of the games this year, we highly urge you to go and check it out, because that is one of the biggest things that could help this Caveman squad. A nice three-point shot by Sam G. Gets that one to go. But that's a nice boost to the morale of the team and, of course, just the atmosphere here in the gym. It's funny how many people, like, were dying to come to games when we couldn't be here. Like, it was so different. Remember when we were doing those games, it was super empty. It was quiet, the squeaky shoes on the court, and no cheerleaders. So it was so
different.
It was so different. It was not as exciting. I don't even know if we had, like, music really going. Yeah, we did have music going for pregame and stuff. But other than that, it was just such a sad sight. So I urge you to come out and make the atmosphere a home feel.
Yeah, we definitely don't ever want to see COVID-19 coming back to this world.
Why would you say that?
I'm just saying, like, any kind of times like that we're very sad and very, very rough.
1 minute, 21 seconds.
It doesn't look like the players are liking this music for some reason.
No, they're hating it. they're hating on our DJ. Donnie. DJ Donnie. All right, so Gutierrez gets it over to Parker. Parker brings it down, tries to draw the foul against Galindo. Could have been called a foul there, actually.
Could have been offensive the way he slammed into him.
All right, Carlsbad going to try and scrape together a couple things here, but here's a three-point shot. This one goes down. And why are their bounces going down and ours aren't?
I don't know. Johnny Molina, he's been quiet for a while, but he's got, I don't know, 10 points?
Yeah. He's had an impact tonight offensively,
11.
No doubt about it. Who is their top scorer tonight? Is it Gooden?
I think so, and he's been quiet for a while.
All right, so here's a three-point shot by Sam G. That one goes down.
Sam G getting hot, end of the game. 2 threes in a row.
32 seconds on the clock. And they're going to get called for a carry call there. That's an interesting last-minute call. What are we doing there?
Maybe they're working on their other calls. You know what I mean? Calls that they don't call that much. Or like,
yeah, they're like, it didn't happen, but do it anyway. I hadn't done this with my hand yet.
Yeah,
my hand, his hand was a little sore. He's like, you know what? I need to loosen it up. 20 seconds here. Here's Gossett from the corner. This one goes. That's his second three. I think he's 2 for 2.
2 for 3.
Can we just get 2 for 3? Can we just get, like, Garen Gossett to just stick out at the three-point line, just get them threes firing away? At that rate, we would have won tonight.
Oh, yeah. If he hit like 10 threes, easily.
Yeah. Here's Chavarria. Another three. There's all their threes. We left him for the last part of the game, but the Cavemen take the loss tonight by 14, 59 to 45. Cavemen going to move to the next game at a 12-9 record. That's going to move them to 3-5 at home this year. And their first game in district, a loss, but saw some good things, some good takeaways. I think you just got to build on that one, Ruben, and move forward. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Carlsbad Medical Center. Broadcast is filmed by Red Rocket Videos, and All Sports Best on the broadcast. Ruben, any last words?
No, I come out and support the Cave Girls on Friday or head up to Roswell to watch the Cavemen.
All right, folks, you heard it here. Have yourselves a great night, and don't forget to subscribe over on YouTube. We'd appreciate it.